Father God,
Father God,
we thank you
for this food.
for this food.
We ask you to bless
We ask you to bless it, make it nourishment
to your body,
to our body.
to the all poor boys and girls,
Bless all the boys and girls
all over the world,
all over the world
to
to receive food
in Jesus' name,
in Jesus' name.
amen.
All right. Welcome, everyone. I'm AwakenedSaint, Mike. And this is Casual Call-In Show number 6. I'm going to read Isaiah 11:6. We'll get started. The lion shall lie down with the lamb, and the bear shall eat grass like the ox. And the child shall play on the hole of the asp, and nothing shall hurt or destroy in all my holy mountain. Right. So I am experimenting. I know I said nobody's real on YouTube, and here I am on YouTube. I have software going on in the background. I'm not going to say what it is because the people monitoring me, I'm monitoring them. But I'm running both. You guys over at Rumble, you will help me out because at any time, if anybody can that that's here on YouTube that also goes to Rumble. If at any time YouTube goes black on me, I won't notice it. There's nothing to show me that. So if you could please just type in the text on the Rumble side, "Hey, YouTube feed quit," and then I'll just close the YouTube feed off. So you guys only on YouTube, if you notice it goes black, the Rumble will still be running. We're running on both at the same time. There's something I'm doing. I'll explain later. Okay, so I investigated the word logos a few years back. Actually, I've been looking at that word since the beginning of the Mandela effect changes. And I made a video. I think I reintroduced this video because I made the video back in 2017, and then I reintroduced it with more stuff in 2022. There is the second half of this video. Definitely, I don't think it can play live. I think it's on my YouTube channel and they haven't pulled it down, but I don't think I can play the second half live because it'll cut my live feed. So I'm going to play the first half, which is the relevant half. We'll take a break. The break is risky because I'm going to play a song. And then I'm going to turn the phone lines on. And the rest of the show, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys on the opinion of the changes, what you think logos are. We can't talk anything medical. The YouTube is staying on. So no medical stuff. Okay. You can tell me politics are fake. You're allowed to believe that. I can't guide you, right? There are rules I have to follow keeping the YouTube on. It's kind of lame, isn't it? Well, why logos? So I noticed like many people, I noticed the changes first with logos. You know, like for instance, I had Flat Earth Dave on here. We stayed on YouTube the whole time with him and didn't get cut off. So it is a possibility. You know, Fruit Loop or not. Well, Fruit Loops is my main one, but I noticed that when I was talking to him, we were talking about the Fruit of the Loom underwear having a cornucopia. Well, I noticed cornucopia going away. I noticed Fruit Loop spelled different. That was the first one I noticed. That Kit Kat bar losing its dash, Bounce dryer sheets having a weird swastika UN connected thing that happened overnight. Cereal, a lot of cereals changed to like Raisin Bran with the sun didn't have the sunglasses on the sun anymore and never had. Tony the Tiger's nose changed colors. It was black, now it's blue. There's so many things. And many people ask, well, why do you think these changes could have anything to do with God? Why is that? Well, the Bible's changing. That's why. Well, that doesn't make any sense, Mike. Yes, it does. How many people read the Bible? I didn't notice. I was not in the Bible every single day. I was not in the Bible every week like I am now. I'm in it a whole lot now. I wasn't then. At the time when I saw the changes, I had read the entire Bible front to back probably 4 times in my lifetime, and recently had read the Bible. I think the last time I read it fully that was just the gospel, so that's not true. So I read it fully in 2014 was the last time I read it completely through. And when I was in my tour in Afghanistan, I read the gospels over and over again. The entire time I was there, and I was there 11 months. So I am very, very, very familiar with the book of Luke and what it's supposed to say. Extremely familiar. Well, without further ado, I'm going to play this. I apologize for the lion yelling at you, but the lion's powerful, so it comes in loud. I'm going to show you this video on logos, and we'll take a break, and I'll turn the phone lines on, and you guys can tell me your opinions. Hello, YouTube. This is Mike from AwakenedSaint. The date is February 20th, 2022. I'm going to repost my research I did on the word logos. And I think it really highlights what's going on with the quantum changes / Mandela effect changes. Something to understand or consider for those that aren't getting their heads wrapped around what's going on. Many believe and remember that our reality has shifted, and there's endless proof of this. Now, when it shifted to its origin. So when you're finding the beginning of something, like scrolls to the Bible, they're going to have the changes that we see now in them, right? We do know what the words mean, though, however. A wolf represents evil. In no prophecy does evil dwell with good. The end doesn't end with Satan living with us, right? We know that Jesus doesn't order us to hurt people. He orders us to turn the other cheek. We're to give kindness and forgiveness. Forgive one another. And something we also should know, and if us Christians that are well read, is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 20. So if you're coming up with ideas on your own that are way out there, and you're not noticing many people seeing those same ideas, you probably need other Christians to talk to you. None of this is up to private interpretation. So without further ado, I'll post this, and I'll play some Mandela effect residue, proof of changes in the background as you listen to it. They're not necessarily lined up with what I'm saying, but it's something to watch as you listen to me drone on about the history of the word logos. And you might be interested to learn, if you didn't already know this, they used logos, the word, and still do, to refer to Jesus Christ, the only word, the living word. He was here before, he was alive before the Bible, and he'll be alive forevermore. Check it out. All right, I haven't done a Mandela effect video in a while, so I figured I would go through the meaning of logo changing by reading the history of logos, followed by what a lot of us Christian believers think is going on with prophecy and the changes. And I would hope that you that don't see it the way I see it will keep an open mind and look into these things, and I will listen to your theories as well, and let's figure this thing out. But I believe prophecy is unfolding, and it's very important to keep an open mind, watch out for yourselves and your families in these times as we further into these changes. So without further ado, I'm going to read about logos and then 2 Thessalonians. So what is logos? The logos meaning and definition. Go through this. Logos is an important term in Western philosophy, psychology, rhetoric, and religion. Religion's my focus. It is a Greek word meaning ground, a plea, an opinion, expectation, word, speech, account, or reason. Word is the focus for our discussion, but it became a technical term in philosophy beginning 535 years before Christ to 475 years before Christ. And they used it in order and knowledge. Ancient Greek philosophers used the term in different ways. The sophists used the term to mean discourse, and Aristotle applied the term to refer to reasoned discourse or an argument in the field of rhetoric. The Stoic philosophers identified the term with the divine animating principle pervading the universe. Under Hellenistic Judaism philosophy, 20 years before Christ to 50 years after Christ ascended, adopted the term into Jewish philosophy. The Gospel of John identifies logos through which all things are made as divine, theos, and further identifies Jesus Christ as the incarnate logos. So think about that. Let that sink in. Although the term logos is widely used in Christian sense, in academic circles it is often referred to various ancient Greek uses or the post-Christian uses with contemporary philosophy, Sufism, and analytical psychology of Carl Jung. Despite the conventional translation as word, I lost my place there, we go, it is not used for a word in the grammatical sense. Instead, the term lexis, all right, now listen to what I'm saying here, was used. However, both logos and lexis derive from the same verb logo, meaning to count, tell, say, speak. Right? Professor Gene Forenstock That's Fahnestock, if you want to look her up, describes logos as a premise. She states that to find the reason behind a rhetor's backing of a certain position or stance, one must acknowledge the different premises that the rhetor applies via his or her chosen diction. She continues by stating that the rhetor's success will come down to certain objects of agreement. Sorry about that. Between the arguer and the audience. Logos is logical appeal, and the term logic is derived from it. It is normally used to describe facts and figures that support the speaker's topic. Furthermore, logos is credited with appealing to the audience's sense of logic, with the definition of logic being concerned with the things as it is known. Furthermore, you can appeal to this sense of logic in two ways. Through inductive logic, which I use a lot on my show, providing the audience with relevant examples and using them to point back to the overall statement. And I use this one too, through deductive atheism, which providing the audience with general scenarios and then pulling out certain truth. Philo disguised between logos profarios, I'm probably I'm butchering that, but it means the uttered word, and the logos adiathatos, the word remaining within. Stoic also spoke of logos spematos, and I am not a good Greek reader. This means generative principle of the universe, which is not important in the biblical tradition, but is relevant to Neoplatonism. Early translators from Greek, such as Jeremy in the 4th century, were frustrated by the inadequacy of any single Latin word to convey logos, expressed in the Gospel of John. Vulgate Bible usage and principio erat verbum was thus constrained to use perhaps inadequate noun verbum for word. But later, Romance language and translations had the advantage of nouns such as les mat in French. Reformation translators took another approach. Martin Luther rejected zewat verb to favor of wort or word, for instance, although later commentators repeatedly turned to a more dynamic use involving the living word that was felt by Jeremy and Augustine, and John himself with logos referring to word. And we do, from us that know the Bible, word is God before God and refers to Jesus Christ. So logos is an important term. And lexis being the antecedent of logos. And all you guys asking Lexus for answers, think about what you're actually doing with that. So let's go to the Bible, King James Version, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 through 12. And I'll give a little commentary on this. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. All right, so we believe this to be the Antichrist, and once he's revealed, which means we can't question who he is, guys. He's revealed. He's out there, and we know him to be there. These things start to happen. So this is the gray area where we're seeing changes, and he hasn't been revealed yet. So this is why I personally think there's still time to wake people up. But let me read more. Who opposes exalted himself above all, that in called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. So the Antichrist calling himself God. That's what that's saying. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things? So you've been told these things. And I believe this is Paul writing this. And now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. All power. Think about that, all power. Does Satan have the power to change things? Well, Well, the Bible says all power, so all is all encompassing. I would say that doesn't limit him. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. We are to love the truth, guys, right? That they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. So when you're getting the download or the delusion, and you're believing what you're seeing has never been changed, and you're not believing those who see it, God is clouding your mind. Ask for that to be revealed. Ask for him to stop doing that. Ask for the truth. And you that see it, ask for your loved ones to see the truth. Pray for these people. Pray without ceasing. Paul says that. We read on to verse 12. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. So I warn everyone who has pleasure in unrighteousness to turn away from that. And the time to play around with these games and whatnot, it's definitely gone. And I see both things happening out there. So enjoy these few pictures of residue that I've collected, and a little bit of videos here and there, and a surprise at the end. So stay to the end. Stay tuned. Yeah, no surprise at the end, because I can't show you the surprise at the end. So that is the reintroduction of my looking into logos. Alexa is anti-logos. Alexa, turn on the TV. Alexa, do I have to buy milk this week? Think about it. Echo is a demon. Echo is a demon that copies the living person. And we have one called Echo. Siri is a demigod. So all these things, there's not a single one that's called logos. Notice that. Well, that being said, I will go ahead and take a break. 22 minutes in, we'll do a 3-minute break. I'll get the phone lines turned on in the background. At the end of this song, have the phone lines on. I'll talk to you until somebody calls in. I have plenty to say. So let's do this. And if the song doesn't boot me, we'll keep YouTube going.
Lie to me, he'll wash away any demons that are inside of me. But after all this, don't know if there's any fight in me. So hold me close and don't ever lose sight of me. I read my life of the devil and now I'm so alive. He'd offer me fame and riches to blow up overnight. I turned my back on the darkness as God opened my eyes. Got down and prayed, he'd save me from my own
fighting for my mind to keep me from the one I know. I cry, God, save me, I'm yours. I can't do it on my own no more. Give me the strength I need to send this demon back to
believe. The devil's working overtime to deceive. So many preachers and prophets using the church as a payday. What kind of mockery is this? Why? Urani mato, nisamatendera zitu za chango nijijini controller. Just keep on praying. I always see God when I look into my door.
But he is not Ike and I'm not Tina. See, I won't leave the cake cause I don't want the lake. I don't play with gasolina. I'm grinning, no sin, and he wrote the end from the beginning, and that's why I'm winning. The devil got me spinning, trying to phone me like I'm Lennon, but I ain't not winning. The world keep on trying to seep in. The devil throw me in the deep end. I got Jesus, I ain't never sinking. I'm swimming.
Oh, in my faith to falter, I bring these dry bones down to your altar. Cause you breathe life in my soul.
I never seen God's eyes, but I seen the devil's. He walks with man.
Okay, so am I talking? Yeah, I'm still here. I think I'm still here. The phone lines are open. I have, that is my current email that I am accepting emails. I received an email yesterday from my old email, which was weird because that's the one that was being blocked. And I shared a link with somebody. Can't remember the name right now because it was so many emails on this one. But please try to send it to awakened_saint@yahoo.com if you want to email me, because that's mainly where I'm looking. If you send it to the Gmail, I may miss it. I'm not advertising that one. So, but you can call in right now, 985-746-4361, 985-746-4361. So I was looking in the chat room. Yeah, these things are not isolated. Lucifer is the god of electricity, right? He's the illuminated one. Everything electronic is infected. Everything that listens is listening. You have smart TVs, smart appliances, We're there. Like everywhere you go, if you truly want to have a private conversation and you don't want to be listened in on, you have to get away from all your appliances that are connected to Wi-Fi. Cut your Wi-Fi off in your house, probably. Get away from your phones. Don't be in the same room with the phones or your TVs or anything that's plugged in. And now you're private. And that's just the world we live in. It's literally where we are. Okay, Tonet said, did you get my email? Yes, I did, Tonet. And I subscribed to you after I got that email. I enjoyed that video. It was a good video. I didn't get a chance to comment because right when I was looking at it, I was starting to prepare for this live stream. All right, so the key takeaways from the Logos video. Logos refers to Yahusha. He's the word of God. He is the word in the flesh. And then Alexis is anti-Logos. Okay. One thing I want to point out that's frustrating to me is the misinterpretation of the Bible, not understanding that there's changes and those type of things. And then also reading it with the wrong tense, reading the Bible with the wrong tense and not being a joiner, being a separator, which you're taking Bible verses in pieces. Those people believe that we're in Satan's short season. There's just no way that's possible. And why would that be a problem? Well, when the Antichrist is revealed, you are in an extreme danger of saying to everyone that is, they're going to say Jesus, because I don't know, haven't heard any of them say Yahusha, and maybe that's the separation that's happening. We're starting to learn his name, and we're starting to go with what he actually is called. And this guy, I have a theory. This is a theory. I'm venturing into Mike's theory. I have a theory he'll call himself Jesus because Jesus isn't truly Yahusha. You get what I'm saying? So the Antichrist will call himself the word Jesus. He'll use that. He won't use Yahusha. That's my theory. We'll see if we're here, if we're around when it happens. Yeah, not having a TV is a smart plan, but there's TVs everywhere. Like I'm in a hotel room right now. There's 2 smart TVs in this hotel room. So you can't go many places. Got my phone with me everywhere I go. Obviously right now I'm real insecure because I'm talking live to multiple people, but it is what it is. I'm telling you guys what's going on. So the phone lines are open. If you tried to call in yesterday and you're around, this would be a good time to call in. I have plenty of time to talk to you. That's literally what this show is for, so that you guys can have time to call in and give your point of view. Unfortunately, we can't talk coronavirus 19. We're just not going to talk about it. It's just, we just can't, because we should be allowed to, in theory, freedom of speech, right? But you start talking anything medical and the show will go black pretty quickly. But we can talk about who Jesus is and what his name is. The Bible changes, Mandela effect, corn in the Bible, 180 or 108 corns in the Bible that I found, and I know there's more now. Hey, I can stop talking. The phone's ringing. Hello, you're on with Awakened Saint. Who's calling?
Hello, Awakened Saint. This is Tim from Ohio. How you doing?
Tim, man, I haven't heard from you since yesterday. How you doing?
I know, bro. Actually, it's like 3 days in a row, man. It's like a record or something.
That's fine. You can talk till somebody else calls in. That's great. Welcome aboard.
Well, I heard what you were saying. I heard what you were talking about, and you did mention Antichrist, right? You did kind of mention. Didn't you mention the Antichrist?
Sure, I did.
Well, I have a question about the Antichrist. I have my theory or opinion, but I would like to get yours, maybe.
Okay.
Which is, if from what I understand, if the Antichrist, it could not just be one entity. If you read in the Bible, when it talks about the Antichrist returning, it talks about like multiple. It could be multiple Antichrists.
Well, yeah, there's 2 concepts with that. Yeah, once again, you're honing me into an exact answer, because you are correct. When I'm saying the Antichrist I'm referring to is the reverse Trinity. So everything that Yah does, Satan does the exact same thing, but the opposite. So you have Father, Son, Holy
Right.
Spirit. You're going to have Satan, Son, and dirty spirit. And that's what I'm referring to. Now, the multi-antichrist, that is, I believe Paul writes of multi-antichrist, anyone without the love of truth in their heart is an antichrist. So that could be anyone and everyone. But the Antichrist I'm referring to is the leader of the world that's going to come out and claim himself to be Jesus. That's the one I'm referring to. The one in Revelation where it says 666 is a number of a man, and it's telling you who he is, and that he's gonna do marvelous things among all of us. And what I'm saying is that it hasn't happened yet. That is still to come.
I agree with that.
Well, there's a huge group of followers that believe it's already happened. And that's dangerous in my opinion. But that's what I was referring to.
Some believe it's like Obama or some, like no way. Nobody that can't even be, because, half the people don't rock with them. So it doesn't even make sense for it to be any of these people that people try to claim that it would be.
Right. I would argue he hasn't been revealed yet, because many people love Trump, but many people don't love Trump, right? Many people love Obama, but many people don't love Obama. This guy is going to be universally loved.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you 1,000%. And I don't think that person's been here yet. Or if he is here, he's like young, or we just don't know about him yet. But
right.
Yeah. So then what I was saying, and then I'll let you get on to whatever but what I was thinking is like, could it be, because it says govern or government could be the Antichrist. So like, what happened, we're on YouTube. So what happened a few years ago and everybody kind of started to come together, could that be maybe like this?
I know what you're referring to, and Photohelix was actually still alive back then, and you remember him, right? You remember Photohelix? I don't know if you remember him.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, well, he was alive during that time, and we came to the same conclusion together, because back then we talked on the phone every day. It was like very rare that I did not talk to Photohelix. And right when that started happening, March of 2020, he called me, and I was like, he's like, Mike, I got something. I got to tell you this. And I was like, let me tell you this first. And I said, I think the first seal just opened. He's like, whoa, I think the first seal just opened, and I'm making a video about it. So I refer, I tell you to go to your book of Revelation in your Bible later and look at what the first seal says, because I think that's what was going on. I really think that's it.
Okay.
It almost describes it.
And then as far as that goes, I remember Richie I think it was in like 2019. Who came up? Who sort of picked it apart first? Do you remember? You know what I'm talking about?
I think Richie from Boston spearheaded it, but back then we were all talking to each other in the background, so it's hard to pinpoint.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
I mean, back then he was texting me. I would probably talk to Richie maybe once every 2 weeks or so. It wasn't every day like Photohelix, but it might have been him that picked. He's always good at seeing the meetings before they happen. That's his talent.
Yeah, he definitely can foresee some things happening ahead of time. But you guys were just all in the same zeitgeist at that time, probably.
Yeah.
You guys all kind of figured it out. Well, I was just interested in your opinion on all that, on that topic, because we've discussed it a whole bunch of times, and everybody has a different version. Even with the number 666, many people think that's like the number of Satan, and like you said, I've been told many times, that's not the number of Satan.
Well, it's the number of a man, because, and it's even proven because of the chromosome 666. It's a car. All right. You guys still there? Everybody good? Everybody good? You guys still around? Hello? Everybody there? Give me a 5x5 somewhere. I lost my Rumble feed. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to tell you guys what happened once I get the Rumble going, because Rumble may be talking to me while YouTube's not talking to me. So I'm not looking at you on YouTube right now because I'm turning Rumble on. So I will look at you in 1 second. I just have one screen to look at a time here. Unbelievable. Can't believe it. Okay. 5x5 working now on the Rumble. All right. YouTube, you got me, YouTube. YouTube has me too. So here's a new one. The internet was completely cut off. My internet just got shut off. I have no internet at all. This has never happened here. The internet just shut totally down. So I'm on my phone now. I'm hot doing the hotspot thing. So I should be okay. We should be able to. I'll take another call in. We'll go for at least an hour. Sorry, Tim, that happened to you again. Let me make sure that the phone lines are not on. Let me get the phone lines back on. It cut everything. Boy, the Antichrist doesn't like me telling everybody what the Antichrist is, huh? Crazy. All right. Let me see here. When I turn the phone on, Tim may still be on there. No, it hung up on him. Okay, so the phone lines are back on. 985-746-4361, 985-746-4361. Anyone call in? Yeah, wow, how dare you? Okay, yeah, I have a request. So while I'm waiting, let me see if I can find that. Where is that at? There we go.
How dare you! You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words.
I'm your father, Dr. Evil.
I do not want to believe that, because if you really understood the situation and still kept on failing to act, then you would be evil, and that I refuse to believe.
I've been frozen for 30 years, okay?
For more than 30 years.
Throw me a frickin' bone here. Give me a hug.
All right, I am live. I am doing it on my own without my internet from the room. I'm looking at it. It just completely cut off. That has never, ever happened. Like just totally off. And the whole building, the building's shut off. There's no internet in this building right now. No can hear. All right, Veronica says she can't hear. But I got a 5x5 by Kim. Okay. Well, what were we talking about? So we're talking about the concept of the Antichrist. I want to finish my thought because I don't even know if you heard me. Yeah, there's multiple Antichrist, and basically anyone that stands against Christ is Antichrist. So there's that, right? There's that concept of it. But I'm referring to the leader of the world revealing himself. Because he's here now. He shut my freaking computer off. I don't believe that was Yah doing it because I'm here trying to represent Yahusha. He's not going to shut my internet off. But I'm doing what is called exploits, right? I know what this is designed to do, and I'm using it exploitatively. Kind of like how the dark side's using God's creation exploitatively. He's exploiting the creation, spraying the skies and whatnot. Oh, got to be careful how deep I go into truth because I know where I'm at. I know that YouTube is still on. Oh, and I lost my stage stuff for the end of the show. All right, so please, anyone, if you want to call in, there's still 15 minutes to go, and I want to give you time to do it. 985-746-4361. If you own a phone, you can call me. You just have to dial that number, and I will talk to you. In the background right now, I'm setting up my video I wanted to play to close the show out because when it kicks the internet off, I lose all my staged background things. They just go away. So I'm working in the background fixing that part. I'll hear the phone ring. The phone should be turned on. Let me double check. Yep, the phone line is on. So you should be able to call me. I can't test it with my phone because my phone's running the internet right now. Can't do both. So I'm trying to find my close. I'll just do a different song because I'm not going to be able to find it. Does anyone want to call in? Anyone? Anyone at all? Anyone? You don't have to call in and agree with me. In fact, it'd be even better if you didn't. Maybe you can help me. Maybe I'm getting something wrong. I get things wrong. I've seen me do it. I'm not always right. So you go through the topics again. I don't understand how anyone can, I don't know how anyone can read corn in the Bible who's read the Bible for a while and not notice it. You know, I can kind of understand new people to the Bible that don't understand the history of corn. But once you know the history, if you actually look at the history of corn, then you have to ask yourself, well, how's that in the Bible, right? Couch just stands out. No matter if you're new or old, couch is still a smoking gun for Bible changes. How could a couch be in the Bible? How could you lower somebody through a roof on a couch? Did you know that? Did you know in that story where the person's lowered through the roof to Jesus in the story, it's now on a couch? Oh, yeah. That story is on a couch. Manna is made of corn. One of the ingredients of manna is corn. And that's not good because corn is technically a starch and it's not good for you to eat. It's not a healthy thing. You couldn't, if you ate only corn, that is unhealthy. God wouldn't send the Jewish people an unhealthy food from the sky. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, unicorn is a change. The unicorn wasn't in the Bible when I was growing up. And now I'm seeing videos about unicorns and ministers trying to explain why. Like I saw one where they're trying to say, well, unicorn is a rhinoceros. Well, there we go. Somebody's calling me. All right, you're on with Awakened Saint. Who's calling?
Hey, Mike. It's Blake from Texas.
Hey, Blake. What's the pleasure of your phone call?
How's it going?
Going pretty good, I think.
Oh.
Keep shutting my internet off, you know.
I just wanted to call in and said, man, I'm watching you. Richie from Boston brought me over to you a few years back. Doing an awesome job. Thank you very much. Waking people up.
Well, I appreciate that. Where are you from, Blake? I don't know the area of the world you're in.
I am in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Richard from Boston's a great dude. He's still knocking them out on Rumble that I can see. There's some videos come out every now and then.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, he disguised it kind of on with Jailbreak Overlander, but you can still find him. Still doing it.
Yeah, he brought a lot of people over back when we were. He went live with me a couple times. Were you following my channel then when he came over and went live with me a couple times?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he doesn't do it so much now. Ever since the event that we got to be careful about talking about it. But when that event happened, he really doesn't pop on other people's channels anymore. He just kind of stopped doing that.
Right. Yeah, I still watch the old replays with you and David, and
oh wow,
yeah, it's awesome.
Well, did you have
I just wanted to pop in.
Did you have anything for me? Any questions or anything to add?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, the internet didn't shut down. That Tim dug deep enough that they didn't just shut my show down. They cut my internet. Like I was off on Rumble and YouTube simultaneously.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think they've done that to me before. That's a new one.
All right, Mike. I'll let you go. Keep at it. Have a good one.
Yeah. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for watching.
Yes.
All right. Anybody else want to call in? 985-746-4361, 6-1, still time to get a call. There's still time to call in. What else do I want to talk about? Because I was talking about how can you see corn in the Bible? I remember an argument that was given to me when was it corn or was it couch? I can't remember. I put one of those two videos out and I had someone who doesn't see the changes who watches me. I have people that don't see the changes watch me, believe it or not. We've had, there's a couple channels that have started seeing the changes that have not seen the changes and watched me. So, I'm an all welcoming person. You can not even be Christian and be a follower of my channel. In fact, I welcome that. How can I give you the truth if you're not going to listen, right? Okay, Ricky Shaw. Hi, Mike. If you're going to talk some more Mandela effects and the changes, if you think you may have time, the gas station change had to be a mind-blowing, incredible event. Could you please tell? The gas station change, are you telling about the story about me going into Victoria and the gas station not being what it always had been? Is that what you're talking about? You know what you could do, Rick? If you own a phone, you could dial 985-746-4361 and explain what you're asking me to do. I think you're talking about the story of me and my wife going into Victoria, and there was an Exxon station. Like when you first enter Victoria from my town in Texas, there had always been on the left. There's a Sam's, and to the right there is a Exxon, or used to be an Exxon, and the Exxon's blue. The whole station's blue. The pumps are blue. Like it's very blue. And there was a day that me and the wife was on our way into Victoria. And I was like, man, women don't always put gas in their cars. I know. It's probably just my wife doing it. Most women probably put gas in the car, right? Yeah. Okay. I got it right, Ricky. Yep. Call in, though. Feel free to call in if you own a phone. See, I don't know. People don't like to talk live, I don't think. But yeah, so we're on our way in. Well, Exxon was always red. That's a whole nother thing, Justine. I just got to tell the story how it was. So this particular Exxon, it has red in it, of course, but the awning that overshadowed all the pumps had a blue line around it, and then there was blue pumps with the Exxon logo on it, and then there is a car wash thing to the right. It was a lot of blue, and this is the funniest thing. I believe at this time I had been into Victoria once before. So my wife was like, well, it's okay that I didn't put gas in the car. We have time to get gas, because the Exxon's coming up. And I kept telling my wife, there's no Exxon. She's like, yes, there's an Exxon. It's the big blue facility. As soon as you go in there, it's all blue. You can't miss it. And I was like, hey, there's no Exxon, because I had just been shocked by this myself before this drive in. So then we get in there and it's a speedy stop and everything's green everything. The building's green, the pumps are green, the awning's green, and it's old. Like, I don't know, you guys notice when something changes, like this sign was old. It wasn't new. It wasn't like, oh, Speedy Stop bought it. No, it always has been Speedy Stop, even though my wife had been in that area far before I met her. And she knows it's an Exxon. She was saying, go to the Exxon. And she was just not talking. Like, this is back when she was not willing to admit there's Mandela effects and stuff. She'll talk about it now. She won't go deep into what's causing it. Like, she actually brought it up to me before I came out here to work. She brought them up to me, and we were talking about it a little bit. So she's starting to open up, and I'm praying a lot for her. So hopefully that's a part of it. And I encourage all of you to pray for your loved ones. Don't give up on them. Don't give up on them. Keep praying. But anyway, we got out. We got gas at the Speedy Stop. I decided, you know what? I'm going to go talk to the people in there. I'm going to talk to somebody because this is weird. And I asked somebody about the Speedy Stop. I said, how long has this been a Speedy Stop? And there was an assistant manager in there and said, I've been working here for 20 years. It's always been a Speedy Stop. I don't remember it being an Exxon. Freaked me out. it freaked me out. So I can't explain, how does that happen? How, if you're in the effect and it changes and you're in it, how does, I would think that one of us, like Tonette says, why am I different? If you had a different, one of those people that are different, you know, a believer, a loved one in Christ, and you're in that situation, would you just wake up and all your blue shirts would be green and it would say speedy stop, but all your fellow workers would not know that it's a change? That would be an awesome person to call in. If anyone is like that listening and you are like working at Home Depot and the fell off the building, that type of person, it would be awesome if they called in 985-746-4361. A Home Depot worker, because now it's the Home Depot, or not, the fell off the building, the was added to the building. I got that backwards. But somebody like that, you know, you're working at Home Depot and all of a sudden there's a the and your name tag says the on it. That would be weird, wouldn't it? Because I actually had that too. When I was in Alaska, we noticed that Home Depot said the Home Depot, and the building was longer because the takes up space. Yeah, the Home Depot, Tim. You know that. You know Home Depot's the Home Depot and always has been, don't you? So I went to Home Depot because I was actually buying 2 Ryobi generators, and I don't know if you guys know, at the time, Home Depot, other than Amazon, was the only place you're going to get Ryobi. So I went there because Ryobi was having a sale. It's not like it's a great generator. They're having a sale. So I went in there and actually found a worker to point out where the generators were. And I asked them, hey, what's this actually called? It's called the Home Depot, right? I said that to him because it was a new change at the time, because I had literally saw the building without the day before. So I went to a worker and I said, it's the Home Depot, right? That's what we call this place. And the guy said, no, it's Home Depot. And he's working there. And I was like, well, why does your name tag say the Home Depot? And he looked down at his name tag and stopped talking and just kept staring at it. And my wife scolded me and said, don't do that to people. You're going to break their brain. Because the guy was done. Like he was just, you could see it in his face. He glitched out. He was done. He just kept staring at his own name tag. And then he wasn't helping me with the generator. So yeah, I have seen a person that is immersed in a change and the change happens, you know? So who knows? But, you know, I think that's when in your mind that you have to choose the truth or not. And then what we say, you take the download. If you don't love the truth, you take the download, and then that's the that's the delusion. You'll start believing that it was always been right. Did you say, how dare you? No, I didn't do that. Didn't do that back then. But yeah, I used to challenge a lot of people with the breaking of their brain. Absolutely. The grocery store, especially, because man, my wife she still sends me to get Sugar Crisp still. And, you know, Sugar Crisp have never existed. And that was her favorite cereal growing up. So it freaks her out. You know that? You know, Sugar Crisp don't exist and never existed. Never, ever. You got Golden Crisp, but Sugar Crisp don't exist ever. Not even a thing. So I was just like, quit sending me after a Mandela Effect cereal. That's what I tell her. You know, sending me after a Mandela Effect cereal. I can't buy it. It doesn't exist. You know, send me after something. I don't have a time machine or whatever it takes to, I guess I got to hop on the CERN circle. And I don't know how you find Sugar Crisp because it's not in our reality. All right, I'm at 1 hour. It doesn't seem like anyone's phone's working, or maybe my phone isn't working. If you're trying to call in and it's just busy, please tell me that too, because, you know, that could be something that's going on. Because I had never had the internet just shut off on me. So what if my phone stopped working? I don't even know that. I'll have to test it when the live stream's done. It says it's working, but I don't know. Maybe it isn't. But anyway, I enjoyed telling you these stories, and I definitely enjoy giving you the truth. So I am going to, the plan at this point is to go live next Friday, maybe Thursday, if there's time Thursday. But I'll do another Friday, Saturday thing. I'm going to shut the phone lines off now. That is the plan. I'm going to try to go Thursday or Friday. Definitely Friday and Saturday. It's all driven by how busy I am at work. Really, it is. But I will have more for you by then for sure. And the phone lines will be on again. And hopefully the internet doesn't get shut off on me again. This is just nuts. I can't believe the internet it's still off right now. I'm just off my cell phone. And I don't even know, a lot of times the cell phone will just shut down on me. So I probably should get going so this doesn't hang up. So final thoughts for you guys. I'm going to look at Rumble real quick, see if anybody has any questions for me. I see another one. I didn't know it was always Super Crisp was my favorite. I think you're trying to say Sugar Crisp. Yeah, sugar. Yeah, it's my wife's favorite cereal, Sugar Crisp. Nope, never existed. Gone forever. Not even a thing. I liked Fruit Loops, and Fruit Loops, I'm located in Louisiana, Mary Quinn, right now because I'm working. Fruit Loops are found post Sugar Crisp. Huh. Well, maybe they're back. I'll have to look that up because they weren't around. It wasn't a thing back when I was looking for them. So they can also come back. So I will look that up and make sure that they're not back. What was I saying? I'm all over the place because I was looking at Rumble. Now I'm looking at YouTube. Yeah, well, the couple times I went to go look for Sugar Crisp, it wasn't a thing. It literally was not. So if it's a thing again, yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Fruit Loops was one of my favorite cereals as a kid, and we didn't have cell phones and stuff to stare at. We read the cereal box, so I know how it was spelled. Also, Fruit Loops. Did you know that every one of the little loops had the taste of that fruit? So another thing we would do, we liked Apple Jacks, and when we ran out of Apple Jacks, I used to get in trouble for pulling all the green apple Fruit Loops out and making Apple Jacks out of my Fruit Loops because the little green things taste like apples. Now Fruit Loops is just a bunch of food coloring, and they all taste identical. All of it tastes the same. And there's even ads with Toucan Sam saying, taste all the different fruits. You know, there's old ads, not new ads. They don't claim it now, but there's residue ads where he's saying that. So it's a weird world we're living in for sure. Who knows how much longer this will play out. But one thing we do know, the truth is the most important thing. It's the foundation of everything, truth. Truth shall set you free. The truth, the way and the life, is Yahusha, the Son of Yah, our God, the Son that came to save you and me. Pray to him, seek his salvation. Pray for your loved ones to see these things, that the truth is revealed to them. The silliness that's so silly, point the stuff out. I don't know how you can deny it. You can't. Show them a couch. Show them the story of the couch being lowered through the roof with the person on it so that Jesus can see him. Show them that story. Oh, yeah. And manna being made, having corn in it. Why would maize be in corn? Why would that be? Well, God willing, I will see you next weekend. So hang in there, Truth Family. If we're all still around and the world hasn't blown up and the internet comes on, I will be here. See you then.
So many times you reached out to me, but I turned my back 'cause I didn't think you had what I need. But now you're everything. You're everything to me, and I can't be without you, God. You're everything, And I want to say thank you. I was lost and you found me. I was dead inside and you breathed into me, and you brought these bones to life. I want to say thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, God. You stood with open arms, but I ran away, 'cause I was scared of the pain that came with trust. But I came running back into your embrace, because I knew you'd still be there. You'd never leave me, God. And I want to say thank you. I was lost and you found me. I was dead inside and you breathed into me, and you brought these bones to life. I want to say thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, God. And I don't deserve you, God. I don't deserve you, God. But you keep on loving me anyway. Oh, you'd never stop loving me, God. Now I want to say thank you. I was lost and you found me. I was dead inside and you breathed into me, and you brought these bones to life. I want to say thank you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for loving me unconditionally, God. Oh, thank you.
Approaching minimums. 100. Minimums. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brakes up. Reversers normal.
Your zeal blinds you to the truth. The New Jerusalem will not be built by murder and uprisings. The wisdom of God will fill the land as water fills the sea. The lion will lie down with the lamb. There'll be no more killing or destroying, and the voice of weeping shall be heard no more.